Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I'm Kelly Stewart, and this video is sponsored by uwager.eu. Get a 50% sign-up bonus when using promo code WT50 when signing up. This offer is exclusive to WagerTalk. On to the good stuff with Marco D'Angelo at Marco in Vegas. If you guys are not following my favorite horse bettor and horse owner, I guess, on Twitter, you guys need to do so. Okay, so the Kentucky Derby is less than a month away. And these are all things I'm learning, so bear with me here. You guys are learning along with me. There are races that lead up. You have to have qualifiers, right, to have a certain number of points to get into the Derby.
Top 20 horses get in. There'll be more than that have been made the payments to get in, but only 20 can get into the starting gate on the first Saturday in May. Okay,
so last Saturday there was 3 big-time races, the Wood Memorial, the Bluegrass Stakes, and the Santa Anita Derby. Let's touch on those 3. You tell me what you learned. I want to pass along to our viewers.
Well, the Wood Memorial, of the 3 races, I think this was the weakest field of horses there. The horse that won the race, Tacitus, had a good race, but he went against a soft field, and then there was 2 horses in the race. There was some bumping early on in the race, and then these 2 horses opened up by 7-8 lengths going. Then there were 2 long shots. It was a 40-to-1 shot and a 50-to-1 shot, and those 2 horses just wore each other out. Tacitus and Tax, the 2 best horses in the race, were sitting 3rd and 4th the whole race, just waiting to make their move. And Tacitus had a win, but he really had to struggle to get by Tax in the stretch.
So you think maybe kind of a fraudulent win?
Fraudulent win. He's one of the horses that has the most points leading in, so he really didn't have to win that race to get into the Derby, but he got the win. He'll be a horse that'll get some money.
I was going to say, so people are going to have him circled because he won this race.
Because he won this race, but I think of coming out of it, the Wood Memorial is the weakest. And history has shown in recent years, we haven't had a Kentucky Derby winner come out of the Wood Memorial recently. There's other prep races that have had more success.
Okay, so the Bluegrass Stakes. This is an interesting one because, so you mentioned Tacitus wasn't quite the real deal, but there was a horse that came out of the Bluegrass Stakes who might be more impressive?
Well, this horse has been very good. Vekoma was the heavy favorite in the Bluegrass Stakes. I think this was a quality field. It was also the largest field. I believe there was 14 horses in the race, so you had a full field. But there were some traffic problems in there. And even though Vekoma had a great race, not taking anything away from this horse, and is a horse moving forward, it'll be a horse that'll get a lot of money in the Derby. There was a horse that finished second that I'm going to tell our listeners to go back and look at the race. And since YouTube and the internet now, it's so much, you can do so much more handicapping. Yes, I still get the racing form. Yes, I still look at the past performance lines, but I get more out of my handicapping going back and watching all these races.
Yeah, because they're quick enough. You can watch several races, check out what the horses did, like as you mentioned, if there's traffic issues or what might have been that horse's problem in that particular race.
Because when you watch a race live, all you're doing, Kelly, is focusing on the horse you actually bet in the race.
You're right. That's all I'm ever doing. I'm like, let's go 8.
Yeah. What you want to do is go back and watch the race with, open eyes and see everything there. And if you go back and watch the Bluegrass Stakes, I want you, and it's funny you said number 8, I want you to focus in on number 8 in that race.
That's not in my notes.
No,
I
it's
just
not.
Really
So
made that up.
It's like, it's almost scary, okay? Now it's going to be your hunch bet, and you're going to love the name of the horse. It's Win, Win, Win is the name of the horse. Go back and watch and just concentrate on him. This is a horse that was in the back of the pack. He started his move, was making a big move, come into traffic, and the jockey literally had to grab the reins. He ran up on the back of horses in front of him. There was an opening, and then it shut. And he literally, you'll see the horse take back, loses all momentum, gets him started back up, and comes flying to be second. This is a horse with the added distance of the Kentucky Derby and faster fractions. Generally, you'll get a hotter pace in the Derby because there are 20 horses in that field. Should help him. Now, the only problem with a horse like that is a closer in a 20-horse field, traffic troubles can happen again. But if this horse runs that same race with that same move and doesn't run into trouble, he gets clear sailing, this is a horse that you got to look at that will be a price.
Wow. Okay, last but not least, the Santa Anita Derby, the only one of these races I've actually heard of. Tell me what you learned from the Santa Anita Derby, Marco.
You West Coast girl, that's the only reason you know Santa Anita here. But this is a race that we've had a lot of success moving to the Derby. Now, this year, the Santa Anita horses coming from the West Coast, I don't know how their conditioning is going to affect them leading into the Derby, because this is a really sad thing that's went on this year at Santa Anita. We've had a lot of rain this year, you know, more than we've ever seen, at least since I've been on the West Coast here this year. And Santa Anita took a lot of water this year, and the track didn't hold it well. There were soft spots in the track, and unfortunately, during this meet, before they shut the track down, there was 22 horses that had catastrophic injuries that had to be euthanized. Very sad situation. They closed the track because they didn't know what to do. They resurfaced the track and everything, made it safe. The first day back, another horse got injured and had to be put down. But it affected all of the horses' schedules that were leading up for their prep races, because the track, in the condition it was, they had to use, you know, alternate places. Some of them missed some of their prep races or good training trips. But the Santa Anita Derby only had 6 horses in it, but they had 3 outstanding horses. This was a 6-horse field, but it probably was the toughest because of the 3 horses in there. The horse that won it, Roadster, Game Winner, and the horse that finished 3rd, Instagrad. All of these horses are top contenders moving forward to the Derby. Roadster had a great trip, clean trip, come flying at the end. He was way out of it. Instagrad ran a tough race, cut the mile, fought off a horse early, then fought off Game Winner. Game Winner finally put him away in deep stretch. Looked like Game Winner was going to win the race, and Roadster came out of the clouds. He was the only horse that hadn't used a move yet. Got there. I think moving forward, both Game Winner and Roadster are horses to be considered in the Derby.
All right, great stuff from Marco. Guys, this video was sponsored by WagerTalk. Get a 50% sign-up bonus when using promo code WT50 when signing up. This offer is exclusive to WagerTalk.